Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I think I'm going to read through pretty much all of the article here, mostly word for word. There's a link in the description. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. So I'll start off by giving you a very brief overview. It's in regards to this absolute piece of shit banshee. Her name is Jorden Borders, 32 years of age, from Minnesota, specifically a town called Cross Lake. She's been charged with 3 counts of child torture and 2 counts of stalking. So there's a whole host of torture that she's subjected on her children, starting with her 9-year-old son. So with their 9-year-old boy, this scumbag, this banshee, has been withdrawing his blood with needles and then discarding the blood, flushing the blood down the toilet. So extracting the blood needlessly. Guess what her explanation for that is? Well, somehow she's managed to blame medics. She's blamed the hospital for taking too much blood from the son. Of course, it's not her fault. It's not the banshee's fault. So investigators have stepped in. They've talked to her 3 children, and they've learned that the siblings watched their mother do these things, extract blood from the 9-year-old and then throw it away. The other siblings have stated to investigators that they saw her do these things. In addition to that, both of the other children were diagnosed with this disease here, essentially brittle bone disease, osteogenesis imperfecta. The mother took it upon herself to diagnose both of the other children with brittle bone disease. Not only did she come up with that fantastical, baseless diagnosis for both of her other 2 children, but she also forced those children into neck braces and casts. There weren't any real injuries, but she forced them into neck braces and casts. One of the children was forced to wear a cast for 2 motherfucking years because that child was unfortunate enough to be born by this fucking banshee, Jorden Borders, 32, from Cross Lake, Minnesota. Here are the 3 children. Allegedly, she'd been withdrawing blood from the 9-year-old boy. We don't know their names. From the 9-year-old boy, and discarding that blood, doing so for no good reason other than to cause the boy medical harm. For the other 2, she claimed they had brittle bone disease. They didn't. Yet they had to wear casts and neck braces. She would also make social media posts with filters of non-profit organizations. So I believe the insinuation there is she would make social media posts to garner support, to garner financial support, essentially to request in a roundabout kind of indirect way to request donations. And she did receive donations, up to $30,000, I believe. The horror doesn't stop there. The children also said that the mother, the banshee mother, Jorden Borders, would choke them. She would strangle them. She would choke the 3 children until their vision went blurry. She also threw them across the house. She also made them stand in the cold for long periods of time. She also allegedly hit them with belts. This is a sick, sick banshee. One of the 3 children told investigators that he never had a bed. Never had a bed. I don't know if that's the 9-year-old. I mean, the age, it's just never had a bed. One of the 3 children said, I was never safe. And that child is right. That child is, their interpretation of the situation is 100% accurate. They were not safe. They were imprisoned with their mother, their flesh and blood, who is evil, in my opinion. Thankfully, she's been arrested. She's been charged for 3 counts of child torture, as well as 2 counts of stalking. We don't know any information in regards to the 2 counts of stalking. I pity the person that she was stalking, but more so I pity the 3 children, her own 3 children, that she tortured in these myriad of different ways. Withdrew the blood from the 9-year-old. With the other 2, she claimed that they had brittle bone disease when they had no such thing. Forced them to wear neck braces. Forced one of them to wear a cast, an arm cast, I believe, for 2 years. One of them never had a bed. She hit them. She made them stand out in the cold. She threw them across the house. This fucking banshee. I hope she goes to jail. She is going to go to jail. She is going to go to jail. There's the blessing. She faces up to 95 years in prison, with fines reaching up to $145,000. So the fines would be relevant because she's allegedly accepted more than $35,000 in donations from making social media posts with filters of not-for-profit organizations. Again, essentially, perhaps in an indirect way, but essentially as a call for asking the members of the public to donate to her ill children, or to help support her ill children, when of course her children are not ill. Thankfully, and here's the real blessing, thankfully, as far as we understand, her children are and always have been physically healthy. Let's hope that they remain mentally healthy, because they've gone through years of trauma, and let's hope that they get the need that they require, that they deserve, to get them over. Look at this girl here. She's got a neck brace. So this is one of the 2 children that were told had brittle bone disease. She doesn't have brittle bone disease. She doesn't need a neck brace. Apparently she's smiling in this photo. I mean, the children don't know any better. Well, one of them does. One of them says, "I never feel safe." And they're right to have that feeling. That feeling is fully justified, fully valid. And I hope they have a therapist that they're able to talk with, to walk them through that. And when they're old enough to be able to comprehend, I hope that they're given the guidance that they need to be able to comprehend that none of this is their fault. And that their feelings were right. And it's something that they ought to be proud of. That they have this inherent understanding of what's going on. They're intuitive. They're intelligent. That's pretty much all the information. This fucking sick cunt will be going to jail. I'm absolutely sure of it. She faces up to 95 years in prison. Now, I've seen too many cases in America, more so in the United Kingdom, where women get a pass. Okay, I'm going to go on that misogyny little trip for a minute or two. I'm not a genuine misogynist, but I am sickened by... There's a lot of misandry out there in the world. There is. I mean, a lot of people just fail to ignore it. Sorry, fail to accept it, fail to acknowledge it. They choose to ignore it. There's a lot of misandry out there. But there's also a lot of females that get a pass. There's too many women that get a pass in a variety of different aspects of life. But where it's important to me is right here, right now, where you have scumbags like this, banshees, that have abused their children over the course of years, caused them medical harm, put them through torture of various kinds. She fucking needs to go to jail for a very long time, Minnesota. Do not give this woman a light sentence. Oh, she's only a woman. Oh, she didn't mean it. Oh, she'll get over it. She won't do it again. No. She's evil. She's probably fucked in the head, but whatever. She's making evil choices. She has done over the course of years. To her own children, no less. She is a danger to society. She is a danger to her children. She is a danger to society. She has harmed. She has transgressed. She needs jail. She needs a long sentence. Oh, but she's got a vagina. She'll be okay. She'll change. She'll change. She won't do this again. Fuck you guys, Minnesota. Give her a proper fucking sentence. Torture. She beat the children. She threw them across the room. She made them stand out in the cold. She took the 9-year-old boy's blood, threw it away, blamed the hospital. Oh, the doctors, they don't know what they're fucking doing. She made the diagnosis that her other 2 children have got brittle bone disease. She put them into casts and neck braces. Why did she do this? Because she's a fucking psycho. She's a banshee. She is not capable of making normal, rational decisions. Whatever is going on in her head, whatever fucking mess is going on up there, yeah, you're not going to get any reason out of it. And that is the reason why she needs to be imprisoned. She has transgressed. So she needs to atone for her transgressions, which she has forced onto her 3 children over the course of years. That is worthy of a lot of jail time. In addition to that, she is a danger to society. You wouldn't want to let her out because she's going to do this again to somebody or other. If she doesn't do this exactly, she's going to do something else sick and twisted. Why? Because she's sick and twisted. But I guarantee Minnesota are going to fuck up. They're not going to give her the maximum sentence of 95 years. And that would be fine. You know, I'd 20 years. I'd go for 20 years, 25 years. Yeah, nice. All right, done. But they're going to go for something stupid, aren't they? They're going to go for like 5 years or something stupid like that. I really fucking hope that isn't the case. Anyway, I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. I've allowed myself to swear quite a bit in this video. I'm allowing myself to call these fucking hideous CUNTs banshees. I've lost a couple of subs. You guys finding this too offensive? To be honest, I am interested because I don't want to be offending people, but I do want to express myself. And I do want to allow myself to get angry when I consider these situations. So the misogyny that I'm mentioning is not overly serious. Like, I mean, the specific point is serious. I have seen too much leeway given to women. And I've got to ask, why the fuck is that happening? And I can only think it's because there's sexism at play. There's double standards at play. Oh, she's got a vagina. Oh, let's give her a pass, in simple terms. All right, so I'm being a little bit crass. That's fine for me. So I am interested in your feedback if you are getting bothered by me being a little bit sweary and offensive. But ultimately, I'm probably going to carry on doing whatever I want. Going to wrap things up here, guys. So look, prayers to the 3 children. Again, look, these guys are going to need a lot of love and support. We're not really told about who they're with now. We're not told if the state of Minnesota have, I don't know what the term is, but taken them, putting them into the foster system or such. It's not ideal, but getting away from the hideous banshee that is their mother, that is a very good thing. So look, prayers to these guys. Thankfully, they're not going to suffer from the presence of that fucking awful witch anymore. And hopefully they get the support, the love that they need to become fully contributing members of society. All right, thanks.